Good morning. I went and picked up the bees. The post office called around 7 and said they were here. I was just inside waiting for them. They had me come around to a side door inside the building, kind of by the P.O. boxes. There's a half door that opens up. And I noticed before they opened the door, there was a bee flying around up on the ceiling. I was like, okay. So anyways, we got the bees. There's one little guy on the outside. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how they escaped. It's all screened in. I'll show you when I get home. But there is a bee on the outside clinging to the side. So I said, hang on. I wish I could have got the little straggler that was up in the ceiling, but he's on his own. So, all right, I'm gonna head home. I've got them there in the very, very back, and I can hear them slightly buzzing. Just got home, and our little friend is still clinging to the outside. Anyways, I'm gonna go in, get my suit, get my gear, and get to it. Okay, I've got my bees in the back. I've got my bag of gear, and I'm driving over here, trying to go slowly, not stir them up, to where we're gonna put them. Right here, next to the horse barn, next to the shop, next to our house, which is a location change from the other area that we initially got ready for the bees. And I'll explain all that in just a second. We had to pick a different location for the beehive after we watched a video put out by the company that we ordered the bees from. Okay, so this is a different area than we originally planned on having the bees at. We picked an area which we thought was perfect. It had a little bit of shade. It was secluded back in the corner of our property. But we watched a video the other night about picking the spot. We always kind of put the cart before the horse. So anyways, we discovered that having them on concrete would be better because of the mites that can infest your hive. So we kind of had to switch gears really quick. We decided they would be best back here behind our horse barn. There's a big concrete shelf off the back that we don't use for anything. Perfect little, it is secluded too. It's right next to our pond, so they'll have a water source, plenty of sunshine, and the horse barn will help block those cold north winds in the winter time. Now I have my camera set up. Bear with me. Flint is busy today with work. He has back-to-back calls, and we can't really wait for the calls to be done to get the bees in the hive because they've been traveling since Friday through the mail. So that's why the camera is a little wonky. That's why it's just me. I am a little nervous. I've watched some YouTube videos from this company. Mountain Sweet Honey is who I ordered my bees from. And they're from Georgia. They have a YouTube channel that has a lot of great information and just basic stuff for people that really don't know what they're doing, like me. So I'm thankful for that. I've watched several of their videos. I feel like I can probably do this. Do I wish Flint was here doing this? Absolutely. He's the best at these kind of things. He's the best at really anything. I'm better at support staff. Okay, so anyways, got my suit, got my gloves, I've got a hive tool to help pry open part of this box. and we're gonna see if we can get it done. Okay, I'm back. Bindi and I ran to the house, found the little feeder thing. This is where the jar of nectar that I've made. I made it before I went to the post office. It's 2 parts sugar, 1 part water. It goes in this upside down. There's little holes in the cap for the nectar to seep out. And I'm gonna figure out where to put it. Once I get this set up, I'll grab the camera in a little bit and show y'all. So you just turn the jar upside down and the honey or the nectar that I made will seep out and they will go underneath of it, in and out as they please, and refuel. Underneath of this little board is a can. I'm gonna try and pry this up. My little friend that's on the outside. Thank you for hanging on. Who knows when you got out? I don't know. How did you escape? How did the other one escape? I don't really see anywhere. I'm glad you hung on. You made it to Juneau Acres all the way from Georgia. Okay. So here's our little thing. Top. There's a can. Tilt it a little bit. This black thing is what is holding the queen box. So let me go ahead and take this off, get it out of the way. What I'm going to do is go ahead and free the queen, the strap that is holding her cage down. She's in her own little container. Maybe I can get it. Staple is deep. There we go. So once I pull this can out, then the bees can come out. So I'm going to take the board that I pried off the top and cover it up as I pull the can out and try to keep them from flying up in my face. And grab the queen at the same time. And some bees will come out. It's not a big deal. They're right here on the hive. There we go. Got our can. I'm going to turn that upside down. I don't want to smush them. Hi guys. Let's see if we can see our queen. Yep, I see her. She is, you won't be able to see her because I can't zoom in, but she's in there with a few other smaller bees. She's in her cage. We will put her in here. Okay. I'm going to take out a couple frames so they have plenty of room to get in. There's 2 ends with a cork. We don't want to open the end that would just release the queen and then she would take off. So we're going to take the cork out of the candy end. What that's going to do is let all the other bees, look out, little bees, they are going to, over the next couple days, eat the candy and free the queen. But we need to check, it said to check in 3 days to make sure. Really need something with a hook on it to get this out. I thought a screwdriver would work, but we'll get it. There we go. Okay, so there's a little hole, goes into the candy. They're going to chew their way through the candy and free the queen. But we need to make sure that she's still not in there after 3 days. And if that's the case, then we would open the other end. All right, so we're going to put her in the middle here. Look out, little guys. I don't want to smush you. And I'm going to smush those together so it's nice and snug. As can get to work going through that candy. Okay, so now is the fun part. I am going to take the top board off. Actually, the one thing that I forgot to do, he said to tap it. That way they're not all up at the top. I should have done that before I took the can out, but that's all right. I'm going to take the board off and I'm going to flip it upside down so they can start coming out. And start pouring them in. I hope y'all can hear. Whoop, I just felt a little sting on the back of my arm. Okay, I hope y'all can hear the buzzing. I love that sound. Come on, guys, move over. Move over. Set this down. Don't smush anybody. Okay. That is so cool. So we have this red fence set up around it. That way, if we have animals in here, they won't try to mess with it, knock it over. We'll probably end up putting some gates here for a permanent situation, but this is what we're doing right now. See if we can shake some more out. So I don't know how long it's been. It's probably been 8 minutes, maybe not quite 10 minutes. I'm just guessing. Said it would take about 15 minutes for them to come out, and there would still be some in there. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get this wrapped up and get the lid on. Go in. Last chance. Okay. Beep, beep, beep. Look out. The lid's coming on. There we go. Okay. Got our inner cover on. Big cover on. Out. Out. Let's see. There we go. The wind just picked up, so I'm not sure you can even hear me. But if you can, I'm going to take this back on top and a little bit of a gap. They still come and go. And I'm hoping that over the next couple hours, they will all come out of here and go down in to the hive. This is the can of sugar water that they ship with them. So they have food during their transport. They shipped out of Georgia on Friday, and today is Monday. The post office called me at 7 a.m. and this is empty. So that's why they want you to feed them right away. So here's our nectar feeder, sugar water, 2 cups sugar, 1 cup water. I doubled it, so it's 4 cups of sugar, 2 cups of water. And we'll see, keep track how much they eat. You're supposed to feed them daily for a couple weeks. And there they're going in and out. There's a couple inches there on the side where the little board is. There we go, right there. They can come and go. So we'll leave this on top, and hopefully they'll get out of there and get into the hive. We'll come check on them later. Okay, I did it. I went and picked up the bees. I got them in their hive. Well, not all of them. They're going to have to do the rest of the work. But I did it on my own without Flint's help. I put on my big girl panties this morning and said, I can do this. The bees need picked up. They need put in the hive. We can't wait all day for it. So I did have a little bit of help from my sidekick there, Bindi. She's a good girl when she wants to be. So stay tuned.